What's up, internet? It's dumbass Panicos Gaming, and we're doing some more Corsola hunting. So let's just get right into it. We're gonna be doing 100 eggs today. I need to get it done kind of quick because I have some shit to do afterwards, not on stream. Basically, so my buddy, the one with the Mustang, he just bought an intake for it, and once again I'll be installing his fucking parts, which I'm fine with. I was gonna say I don't mind doing it, but it's even past that. I like doing shit like that. But before we, well, first of all, so he ordered this thing. So today's Saturday. He ordered this Thursday night at like 10 p.m., right? Today, so not even 48 hours later, he calls me, he's like, dude, it's already here. What the fuck? Mind you, this was free shipping. In fact, actually, the place that he bought it from, they pay for the tax too. So, I mean, literally, like, just like, shipped it out insanely fast. Because, I mean, basically, no one saw that order until they came in on Friday morning. So, the fact they got the order, received it, packaged it, had it out for delivery, and it got here in, you know, basically a day. It's just, that's fucking batshit. Anyway, so we were kind of caught unprepared because I was not expecting him to have it yet. So since we're just going to do it tomorrow, we're going to install it. But before that, I need to put a heat reflective wrap on it. So if you've ever seen like the intakes or any sort of piping on cars that has like a silver or gold like reflective coating on it, it looks like, not just like chrome, but like, I guess silver is harder to tell from chrome, but like you can definitely tell when it's the gold wrap. Basically what that is for is it helps, it reflects away the infrared light, which when your engine is getting super hot, or when anything gets hot really, it produces, or it emits infrared light, and that that does actually heat up components inside, or, you know, in proximity of it. So I'm gonna put a wrap around it to basically protect it from that. And the reason why you want to do the reflective wrap instead of the like an exhaust wrap, the like cloth wrap, it looks like cloth. It's not actually cloth, let's be clear. But have you ever seen that on like exhausts or something? The reason why you don't want to do that for your intake is that that's meant to keep heat in the exhaust, whereas this wrap is meant to keep it out of the intake. But anyway, so I need to do that tonight. Oh, let me turn that down a little bit. My bad. Yeah, I need to do that tonight before we install it tomorrow. So that's why I'm only doing 100 eggs today. Sorry. Also, didn't stream yesterday. I was just too tired. I got out of work kind of late, and so I wasn't going to start till like 9:30 at the earliest. And then, admittedly, I kind of just got a little lazy and I just didn't get around to starting the stream. And it was just like, alright, well, hold on. I had rolled over the cable for my headphones. I was wondering what that was. But yeah, I was too tired by that point. So fortunately I streamed on Wednesday, so that's not really a big deal. But we'll definitely stream this Wednesday as well. Also, I think tomorrow we'll be doing more shiny hunting instead of, cause I kind of planned on doing a shiny hunt yesterday, Let's Go Eevee tonight, and then a shiny hunt tomorrow. We're just gonna kind of skip the Let's Go Eevee hunt, and we'll just play that on Wednesday, I believe. Were those all female? What the fuck? Oh, doesn't Corsola have... I think I did this last time. Yeah, Corsola has a really high, Okay, that's not what I meant to do. I always forget that's a thing that can happen with, the boxes. Like, that's a thing in, BDSP, but I swear I had never had it happen in Sword and Shield until like hold on a sec, sorry. Oh, nope, that's worse. Okay. Yeah, that should do. Hold on. Sorry. To be honest, I was considering doing a stream of actually wrapping the... It's like a tape, basically, the wrap. It's not like a vinyl wrap. That's a little bit outside my skill set. Vinyl wraps are hard to do. Just like, a square piece of vinyl or whatever to apply to a flat surface, yeah, that's real easy. But an actual, like, wrap is difficult. But this is just a tape that you wind around it, basically. Anyways. But yeah, I was considering streaming that. And then I realized, well, pretty much anyone that's going to be looking for that kind of content on Twitch is probably not going to care about Pokemon. And anyone that's already following me for Pokemon probably doesn't give a shit about watching that, so... And also, it wasn't going to be very good, the setup for it. Like, I was basically going to put the webcam up to this side up here and look down at the desk. And I can't really do that on the left side, so this way. Because there's nothing to do it there. There's a way for me to do it on the right here. But then the microphone arm is right here, so you wouldn't really be able to see much. And I was like thinking about trying to get it all set up, and I was like, it's just not worth it. But yeah, I am looking forward to knocking that out tonight. I didn't realize he had sent me a picture of the box, and I did not realize how fucking massive the box was. Like, I'd seen the picture, right? But I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that's normal. And I didn't realize till I got to his house because I was picking it up from him, and it's like, holy shit. It's like 3.5 feet tall. It's just, it's a kind of thin rectangular box, but it's a big fucking thing. I was like, Jesus Christ. I had to, like, maneuver it into my car, because that's just, like, there's only a couple places where there was enough space to put it in there. But yeah, so that's why today's short. And yeah, before the stream, well, not before the stream, before I went to work today, so a while before the stream, I was working on doing some more Living Deck stuff. I got most of through Gen 3 done for the alternate sex forms. And I did get some of my duplicate shinies have actually been useful for that. Because I got my do I have 3? I do have 3, never mind. Let's grab these. But yeah, so like my my Budu are actually useful, so I now have the both the male and the female forms of Roselia and Roserade as shinies, which is nice. And then same thing with Bidoof and Shinx. I don't have the full evolution lines of those, even though I do have enough Shinx, but I don't have enough female Shinx. God damn it. I literally have, from the Shinx evolution line, I have 6 shinies. 5 of them are male. And it has a 50-50, gender split. So, like, what the fuck? But anyways, I was doing that, and just like on a whim while I was kind of messing with it, it's like, hey, let me go check a Pokedex tracker real quick, just to see if it had updated, even though, like, I knew it wasn't going to, right? Like, it had been abandoned for basically months at this point. Hey, what do you know? They updated it. Like a day after I finally swapped over to Super Effective. I think that was a duplicate. I don't know why I counted that one. So, like, I spent all that time waiting, finally got just fed up with it, and swapped it over. And then I go back and look. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, we updated finally. Thanks, guys. To be fair, I do like that Super Effective has all the alternate forms. I definitely prefer it as my Pokedex tracker. It's just there's a couple, like, I had already had it set up with Pokedex Tracker, and the there were a couple things that I don't like how the alternate forms have the original forms in those same boxes as well, so that you can compare them. And I originally wasn't gonna do like the sex differences and stuff, but I do prefer it, and so now that I've actually like gone through and done it, I'm not gonna go back to Pokedex Tracker. I guess it might be helpful for like keeping track of the numbers for some things, because since the super effective, it uses like the for like the total count for your living dex includes all of the alternate forms and stuff like that, which I don't care about. I should say I don't care about for like the stream pop-ups. Like, I just care about the national dex and the regional forms. And so doing it with, whatchamacallit, Pokedex Tracker is, like, probably better for keeping track that way. But it's not the end of the world. I just have to remember that anytime I get a shiny that's going into the national dex or the a regional form box, that I have to remember to update it then. Otherwise, I will forget to do that, and it's going to make it a pain in the ass. Especially if I keep getting more shinies for alternate forms, then it's just going to, you know, keep getting harder to count those up and then subtract them from the total count and stuff like that. Actually, I guess, no, for shiny decks, it's an issue. For the just normal living dex, it's not really an issue because it's, you know, it's just 905 of the, like, you know, I can just look at the number of the last Pokemon. Yeah. And then the, yeah, adding up the regional forms isn't that hard because it's just a, you know, it's a fairly small number. Okay, come on. Can we... I don't know why this is being a bitch tonight about this. Just, like, would you spawn the fucking eggs, please? I really hope that with whatever changes they're making with Scarlet and Violet, they, yeah, there we go. Thanks. They do something about this to make it just more consistent. It doesn't have to be better overall. Like, you know, the average time, I'm fine with that staying the same. Just bring in the outliers. So that way I'm not spinning in circles for, like, you know, 2 minutes trying to get a single egg to spawn. Just make it a straight up, like, you know, step count. Just, like, don't even put randomness into it. I'd be perfectly fine with that. They won't do that, I'm sure, as much as I wish they would. But I am curious to see what changes are going to happen with breeding. But as far as we know, breeding is still in the game, because originally the first leak with information about that, it basically said there was no breeding in the game anymore. Or at least people interpreted it. Oh my god. Did I just have a fucking stroke? Anyways. But yeah, that's the way people, that's the impression that people got. But they, after that, they, like, corrected it. It's like, no. The daycare center isn't in the game, but you'll be doing the breeding through, like, camping and stuff. Which is fine. I'm actually kind of glad they're doing that. Because that way we're not, like, we can just find the best spot to, you know, ride around to hatch eggs. Instead of, you know, being kind of beholden to wherever the daycare center is. Granted, Game Freak's pretty good about making sure there's, like, long stretches of, you know, area to ride in near the daycare center. At least since, like, Gen 4. Because, like, you know, you got the bridge here. In Gen 4, I assume the layout was the same as BDSP, so you have that one, like, one wide square or strip of land that you can ride up and down that doesn't have any obstacles. And then I remember Gen 5 having a decent spot. I don't remember about Gen 6 or 7 because I didn't finish Gen 7 even. But that's because I was exclusively playing that just to try and finish up the living decks. And then I realized how far I still had to go to do that, and I was not really enjoying Gen 7. So I was like, okay, we'll just trade on Pokemon Home for it. And it actually wasn't too bad to do that. And then, yeah, Gen 6. I beat Gen 6, but I know I did some breeding in it. At least I'm pretty sure I did. Just for, like, you know, filling out the whole evolution line for some Pokemon, but I don't remember where I did that breeding at all. I must have done it, but I have zero recollection of it happening. Alright, 2 more eggs so we can get back to riding. But yeah, 100 eggs tonight. If we get lucky and we get it, then we'll just wrap up there. Do I have anything to upload tonight besides this? I think I'm all caught up with my VODs. Pretty sure I am. So I'll upload this tonight and get the thumbnail on it and everything. So that way it's good to go for tomorrow. And then, yeah, tomorrow hopefully, we can try and hit 500 if we don't get it tonight. We'll see, because, again, like, I didn't get out of work really on time on Friday. And I pretty much have to be able to stream for 3 hours to hit 500. Well, again, if I hit 300 tonight, then it would take another 3 hours to hit 500. But again, we'll see what happens. And I will say, didn't get around to setting up the next shiny hunt yet. Like I said, I needed to. Whoops. God damn. I don't know why I'm, like, needing to burp so much. I've not had really anything carbonated to drink today, and I've only had a little bit of this energy drink, which does not have carbonation, to be clear. I really don't know why more companies don't do that. Like, I loved Monster Rehabs a ton. And, like, Rockstar has started doing it. Like, that's what I'm having now, the Rockstar Recovery. The only reason why I do that is... or why I pick the Rockstar over Monster is just because it's, slightly cheaper. It's like 2 for $4 or something, instead of, like $2.50. Or, sorry, 2 for $4.50 for the monsters. But Monster has a lot more well, sometimes they have a lot more flavors. They got rid of a couple of the flavors that I really fucking liked, which I'm not happy about. Because they had the like, Dragon Tea lineup. Where it was like, I think the purple one was just straight up called Dragon Tea. And then they had a green one that was Green Tea. And then they had a yellow one that was, Yerba Mate. And I really like the Yerba Mate. And the green tea was pretty good too. But they stopped making those for some reason. I don't know why. I would have to assume they just didn't sell very well, but like, you know. sucks, because I don't know, it's weird that people, well, I don't know. I just don't know why they got rid of it, which is a shame, because, again, I really like that stuff. I don't know why my chair... It's weird. My chair is, like, super off-center. Like, I know part of why it looks off-center is because the webcam doesn't really sit straight up. It angles a little bit to the side. That's just, like, an internal thing on it, too. That's not even, like, the, you know, it's, like I have it, you know, mounted on the monitor or weird or anything. It just does that automatically, because it probably assumes that, like, you're going to be sitting right in the middle of it, but the lens is actually a little bit off to the side. So that's part of it, but, like, for some reason I was sitting in my chair like this, but then, like, facing forward. That was weird. Anyways. In case you can't tell, I have, like, nothing to talk about tonight. Oh, wasn't there supposed to be... Hold on. There was supposed to be some Pokemon news, or some Scarlet and Violet news from the new... Oh, is that tomorrow, maybe? Interesting, okay. Oh, yeah, speaking of, if you haven't gotten it yet, and you don't have much time to get it, so pretty much if you're watching this live, go get your Victini in Sword and Shield. There's a code for it. What was it, actually? Hold on. It is... just go look it up. It's World 22 Victory, but it's spelled like an asshole, because that's how their online codes work. Because stuff like, there isn't an I for the online code thing. There's just a, they just use a 1 instead. Just so that way there's, you can't have a thing where, like, if you're looking at a physical, like, code on a card, you're looking at, it's like, is that an I or a 1? It's just, you don't get it. It is a 1. Same thing with, like, O and 0 and stuff. But yeah, definitely try to get that. I made sure to get it on both my Sword and Shield, or both Sword and Shield. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it with multiple profiles too, just because I never set up online for the second profile, so, you know. I wonder if... So I realized that I never actually created, like, a Nintendo Online account for that second profile. But I wonder if stuff like that I would be able to do without paying for it. Because, like, it just doesn't have any account at all. Not just, like, a free one or anything. So I should probably look into that. But yeah, I guess today, maybe? I don't know. I think we're supposed to have gotten some more news about Scarlet and Violet. They said it in the closing ceremony on Sunday. Okay. So yeah, we're not quite there yet. Okay. But yeah, I'm interested to see what new information we get about the games there. I wonder if it'd be something just, like, focused on competitive. That'd be really smart if they did that. I don't know how you would do that if we don't know other information about the game yet, but, you know, Game Freak things. But, I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff we could talk about. Yeah, I'm really... God, I have a lot of hope that Dynamax Adventures, or some... Not, you know, obviously it won't be Dynamax Adventures, but some new version of that will be coming to Scarlet and Violet at some point. I imagine it'll be DLC. It'd be neat if they did. It'd be annoying and neat at the same time if they did it where it's in like the second DLC again. So like the final DLC. So that way it's like, hey, here now the game's kind of, you know, content complete for what we planned for it. Here's all the legendaries. Because I think it is cool to do that in like the last DLC you just like, or you know, whenever like the content is kind of complete and you're not going to be adding more to the game, just like, all right, and here's all the legendary Pokemon from all the previous games, or here's how you can catch them anyways. The only annoying thing is if it's like, oh cool, so we're just going to have a pattern where we wait till the last DLC to have the like better raids. I don't know, we'll see. But hopefully they do that, and then I don't have to actually make my living dex for shield. Or not living dex, I don't know, I guess yeah, my shield living dex would be the thing. Sword and shield living dex, whatever you want to call it. Because the point here being that I have kind of like undone a lot of the work that I had already done on the on that dex for importing into shield eventually, because I've been working on the alternate forms. Because a lot of those I'll be like, okay, do I have, you know, I have the male shiny or the male at all already, so I need to put a female in there. And then I'll be like, oh, okay, well, my only female one, or I have two, one male, one female. The male's already in the living dex, and the female is in the sword and shield dex area. So it's like, well, I don't feel like going to catch that, so I guess I'll just take it out of there. So I have to go back and refill in a bunch of slots there. But I might just, I might just not do that for the time being, honestly. Just because it's... It's like, it's a lot of work doing all that, and as you know, for the moment, I don't know when the next time when I would ever go back to shield right now. Obviously, yes, I want to do that for shiny hunting all of the legendaries, but by the time I even get to that, I'm probably going to be able to shiny hunt legendaries in a different game, you know? And I mean, anything that, well... Yeah, never mind. I was going to say anything that's gens 1 through 4 I could just do in BDSP, but no. We're not doing that. I'm not doing another 1 in 4,000 hunt. That's just no. I'm already not looking forward to it in God, why is this so fucking peaky today? I'm already not looking forward to it in for like Arceus and Shaman and Darkrai in BDSP. That's gonna kind of suck. Could you spawn one more fucking egg, please? I fucking hate this shit sometimes. Just fucking spawn the fucking egg. I don't understand why there's this ridiculously massive range in which it can spawn eggs in. Just spawn the fucking thing. You know? Like, the RNG isn't even necessarily terrible. Or, like, RNG in and of itself wouldn't necessarily be terrible. But this shit where you spend so long trying to get a single fucking egg to spawn, and there's no reason for it to be taking that long sometimes. Alright, cool, go grab my eggs again. And again, it massively slows you down when that happens, because what happens is, when an egg hatches, I forget if it always happens or if it's just a chance to, but it moves all the other eggs in your inventory up one step in terms of its hatching. Like, not one, like, footstep, like one stage, we'll say. I believe is how that works. There's some acceleration that happens there when you have multiple eggs and one hatches and it can accelerate the others. So when you have shit that starts hatching early, then that last egg that you don't have yet isn't getting that boost. And so that one takes, you know, it's already way behind in footsteps. And now also all the others got a, you know, random boost. So now you just get fucked. I think this is now the third one. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just, it's so weird. Like, there's already the randomness in the hatching. Because there is a, yeah. There's already randomness in the hatching because there's the base egg step rate, and then there's some modifier to that. But then you also have it for the eggs even spawning to begin with. It's just like, why? There's no reason for this to be so needlessly complicated. So I really hope that, like, honestly, I would love it if both the spawning eggs and the hatching of them, just the RNG was removed from that entirely. Just however many steps is however many steps, you know? Yeah, and here's that last egg not hatching because it's behind a stage and it took 8,000 steps to even get it to fucking spawn to begin with. Yeah, I would love for them to get rid of the RNG. They're not going to. I can almost guarantee that. Although, then again, I kind of felt like they were never going to get rid of trait evolutions, and they did do that with Legends Arceus effectively anyways. So, you know, prove me wrong, Game Freak, please. I would love to be proven wrong on that, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. Because for some reason they like making this needlessly complicated. Although, I don't know. I guess, on the other hand, even, like, less likely than trait evolutions was them giving an item that would let you give Pokemon its hidden ability. And that hidden, like, in doing that, you can now breed with that hidden ability. Unlike with mints, where it's, you know, it gives the effect of the mint. Like, if you give it an adamant mint, it has plus attack and minus special attack, I believe is adamant. But it still keeps the original nature, so when you breed, so say it has the opposite, the one that gives it plus special attack, minus attack, it will breed like it still has that nature instead of the adamant. So, like, I don't know, I like it. That with the hidden abilities, like that was probably one of the least likely things I would have seen happening, and they decided to do it anyways, which is cool. So just, like, streamline some of the other shit, because also it's like, because of that, there's kind of no reason to breed for ability anymore. Like, you can almost just ignore that. Jesus fucking Christ, we're not doing this shit again. Fuck off. Like, it's a thing where, yeah, it'll breed down the, you know, potentially the ability. If you, you know, say you have a parent that doesn't have the hidden ability, and you give it an ability patch, so now it has the hidden ability. Well, the thing is, though, like, now there's still a good chance that the, you know, the children Pokemon won't have it, you know, because they can still, there's still, I forget what it is, I forget what the percentage is, but it's like around, or much worse than potentially 50% likely to have the hidden ability if one of the parents has it. But why would you use it on the parent when you can just breed, get what you want without the, you know, with just any ability, and then use it on that one? You know, it's just, Why take the chance when you can be guaranteed that the Pokemon that you want to train has it? Especially when, you know, again, hyper training. So for IVs, that doesn't breed down at all. And the mints, if you use those to alter nature, that doesn't breed down at all. So it's just like, all that matters now for breeding is IVs, or not even. Because again, in theory, you can hyper train. So it's just like they've made breeding kind of, other than for getting shinies, it's kind of just, you know. It's just not, it needs some quality of life. And making the ability stuff works, yes, but like, that isn't enough by itself. And yes, granted, it's still good for IVs because using bottle caps is not really a solution a lot of the time, just because of how rare they are. Meanwhile, you have Legends Arceus that just gives out mints like candy. I mean, granted, it's a late game thing, but you can just keep doing the, you know, get mints from the farm. I guess, to be fair, you don't get a choice in which ones you get, and a lot of them are ones that you would never use anyways. That's another thing. I want to see, like, berry trees return from BDSP. That would be really nice. Because that would make it so easy, so much easier to get the mints that you want. If there's a way to, like, I guess I say berry trees, but any sort of, like, farming thing. Because, like, realistically, it's pretty much just, you know, I was going to say just plus attack, special attack, or speed, and minus attack, special attack, or speed. But there are some where you want to raise your defense stats, but there's never a reason to lower those, you know? And actually, there's never a reason to lower special attack. It's just that you have to, if you're raising something, you have to lower something else, and special attack oftentimes doesn't matter. So, I mean, there's a bunch of mints that you don't even really need at all. Like, whatever, you know, natures that are, like, raises physical defense but lowers special defense. Stuff like that is, you know, worthless, really. I mean, there's, like, some... I guess if, like, you're doing a playthrough of the game, and you know that your next opponent is going to be using a lot of special attackers, then that could be, you know, useful to just, like, okay, well, I'm not going to have to worry about getting hit by physical. Seriously. The first fucking egg, and we're already doing this shit. This is way worse than it usually is, too. It's usually not as nearly as obnoxious as this is. Of course she fucking did. Fucking bitch. Anyways. That was a little bit needlessly aggro. Anyways. What? Okay. That's not too bad. Granted, part of it is I've already been tilted by it, and so now I'm fucking... Now just any amount of it is just annoying the hell out of me. This is not too bad. We'll just make the next one fairly quick, for the love of fuck. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I only do 50 eggs tonight. We'll see. Actually, I think I might do that. I don't know why I thought I was gonna knock out 100 eggs in an hour. So yeah, we'll wrap up after 50 eggs, and then tomorrow we'll knock out another 150. So that'll put us at 400 total, which has pretty good odds of me getting the shiny by then. At least greater than 50%, so more likely to than not. But we'll just have to see. Granted, again, Never mind, I'll stop bitching. I was gonna say, it'd be going a lot faster if it would spawn eggs, but I don't need to be bitch about it that much. Also, I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of just like want to get to working on the intake, because I've never done this before. I mean, like, I've installed an intake before. I've never done the reflective wrap on it. I don't think it's anything I can't do, because it's just applying a wrap, and it doesn't have to be perfect or anything. It's not like, you know, if you're applying a decal to a body panel or something, it's like, oh, wow, cool, I got a bubble in that. Cool. You know, this, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to look perfect. I already know it won't. I do want it to look good. I don't want to be, you know, having wrinkles all over the place on it. But ultimately, this is for, in theory, better performance, because, you know, it makes sure that the air going through the intake into the engine isn't getting heated up because the intake itself is getting hot. It helps kind of protect it from that. Because, yeah, you know, every little bit helps. And hot air is worse than cold air. Because basically cold air is more dense than hot air, which means there's more oxygen in it, which means you can then also put more fuel into it. I'm sure there's a point where it gets too cold and you're basically losing performance because of it, but we live in Phoenix. It'll be fine. It doesn't get cold enough for that to be an issue here, and it definitely gets hot enough to be an issue. So it's also why the intercooler that I'm, like, telling him he should probably eventually get is kind of way overkill, I think. Like, he'd probably be fine with the one that's the step down from it. Not even probably, he would be if we didn't live in Phoenix. Being that, you know, it's not uncommon for it to be 120 well, it happens that it's, you know, 120 degrees outside. And certainly, like, on the blacktop, you know, on the road, it's gonna be probably much hotter than that, because black road absorbs a lot of heat and then it emits it back out. So yeah, it's just, is the intercooler kind of overkill? Yeah. But also, like, we're in a climate where it's probably not actually overkill. And ultimately, it's not gonna, it's not really gonna hurt anything. In theory, I think you might lose a little bit of boost pressure with a larger intercooler, because it's more, or not even necessarily boost, but you lose, it takes longer to build boost, just because it's a larger amount of air to compress. But again, I think this is a scenario where it's, you know, he should probably just do it. Anything over the stock Mustang EcoBoost intercooler is going to be a step up. That thing is a gigantic piece of shit, pretty much. It does not really... it is nowhere near the size it should be. Alright, one more. Please spawn this reasonably fast. Shouldn't have said anything. Should not have opened my... Okay, there we go. No. Maybe this will be the shiny. It won't be, but, you know, I can dream. probably help if I would use the counter, huh? Kind of a shame we're not even going to break like 40% tonight, but again, I do want to just like get this done fast, but I did need to stream something today because again, I did miss yesterday. I don't really have an excuse for yesterday. Like today, you know, I have something to do. Okay. Yesterday, I got lazy. I would have started late regardless, but oh well. But yeah, I'll stream Wednesday, probably for sure. Probably for sure. I'm not gonna 100%. Well, I'll stream Wednesday if something happens and something happens. Kind of like how I said I would stream yesterday and I just didn't. So you know. All right, last one. Move these over, grab a few more, and we'll get those hatched and wrap up for the night. It's annoying that if you're over on your, like, see how my cursor's over on my team here? I'm pressing the bumpers and it doesn't do anything. It's annoying that you have to actually be, like, over the boxes to move them around. Like, if there is some function that the bumper served when you were hovering over the team, then they'd be like, okay, well, that makes sense. But it's weird that they don't do anything and they don't let you... Or they don't have a different function, but they also don't, you know, work on the boxes when you're hovering over there. Man, I really hope they keep the same control scheme from, like... Sword and Shield and BDSP for Scarlet and Violet. I don't know why they wouldn't, but then I remember that Pokemon Home uses a different control scheme, just slightly. It's just like, just slightly different. I think it's like the, instead of pressing Y to change your selection mode, you use the triggers, which is odd. And then Legends Arceus was just a... What a mess the fucking controls and user interface were. Why they thought they needed like 3 different menus, I will never understand. Like, they definitely could have combined that all down into one menu system. I would have been okay if there was like the menu with, you know, with the map in it, and then there's a separate button for the Pokedex, because, like, you kind of do use that a lot. But the fact that it's, like, up for the menu, down for the Pokedex, and then minus for the map, it's like, God, you couldn't have at least made it another, you know, another directional button? I get that you use those for the mounts, but like... Also, it's gonna be very nice that it's just like one mount in Scarlet and Violet, instead of having a, like, what was it, 5? It's hard to keep track because I don't think anyone has used Ursaluna for more than like 10 seconds. I was pressing B and nothing was happening. That was very weird. That was very weird. I must have been pressing A or something. Yeah, I was gonna say, fucking Sneasler is just... Like, on top of Ursaluna basically being useless, Sneasler is just annoying. Just because it's like, why can't I just fly up on the fucking on Braviary. Like, why? Like, it's just more annoying that you have to switch to a different Pokemon. And then it's only useful for going up cliffs. So as soon as you get up to the top, it's like, okay, cool, let me go ahead and swap back to the bird. Like, at least, you know, you only use Basculegion in the water. But at least Basculegion, if you, like, you know, move onto the ground, it automatically swaps over to Weirdeer. So, like, it just does that automatically, which is nice. Alright, move these over. Alright, so, are there any perfects in there? I saw one that looked pretty close. Oh, that was that one, damn. Anyways, so yeah, gonna wrap up there. I know, really short video, really short stream. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll try and knock out 150 tomorrow. That should be a decent length stream. And also still, like, feasible if I, like, get out of work late for some reason. But yeah, so we'll be doing more shiny hunting tomorrow. We'll try and get up to, like, 400 total eggs. And then nothing Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday we'll try and stream Let's Go Eevee, and then we'll figure it out past that. So thank you everyone who watched. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time.